Hello everyone and welcome to another Maths tutorial video. Now I'll be discussing Form 5 Additional Mathematics, Chapter 10 Linear Programming, Long Question Example 3. Okay, before that, please like this video to show your support and subscribe to the channel for more upcoming mathematics tutorial videos in the future. Alright, let me read the question now. The newly opened public bookshop wants to hire new staff as supervisors and general workers. A sum of 12,000 ringgit has been allocated for the monthly salaries of the staff. The monthly salary of a supervisor and a general worker are 2,000 ringgit and 1,000 ringgit respectively. The number of general workers can exceed the number of supervisors by 3 or more. The number of supervisors has to be at least 10% of the number of general workers. Let X represent the number of supervisors and Y represent the number of general workers hired. Okay, so this is the problem statement, guys. You might be wondering why there is no 1, 2 and 3 for the constraint. Okay, that is one of the way of representing a question, guys. This is one of the ways. So in this case, they tell you in a form of a story. So that's the reason why I put here bracket and underline the key points over here. In the exam, you need to prepare for every possible question, guys. Don't just stick to one type of question. Okay, if you come across in this type of question, I suggest you to read the whole question and then underline the key points. Okay, let me read the remaining question. For the question part A, write 3 inequalities apart from x more than equals to 0 and y more than equals to 0 which satisfy the above constraint. For the question part B, using a scale of 2 cm to 1% on both axes, draw the graph of 3 inequalities. Hence, construct and shape the feasible region R that satisfy the above constraint. For the question part C, based on your graph, answer the following question. Find the maximum number of staff that can be hired if the number of supervisors is 25% of the number of general workers. Okay, let me turn to the next page to read the remaining question. So please hold on for a moment, guys. Question C, part 2. The bookshop pays overtime allowance of 60 ringgit to a supervisor and 40 ringgit to a general worker per month. Find the maximum total overtime allowance that has to be paid in a month. Okay, this is the total question, guys. I hope you will attempt this question in the future. If you could manage to solve this question, well done. But if you can't solve this question, no worries. I'm going to show you the step-by-step working and the solutions now. Okay, without further delay, let us start to discuss the solution of question part A. Okay, let us begin. Okay, whenever you come across with any linear programming question, the first step what you need to do is you need to identify the constraint and write them in mathematical form. Okay, since the question give in a story form, so what you need to do, you need to go through the question and then underline the key points, guys. So I've already done it for you. Okay, let me go through the constraint one by one. Okay, but before that, we need to identify which is the x and which is the y. So in the question, we know that our x is number of supervisor and y is number of general workers. Okay, why we do this? So that it will be easy for us to identify the constraint and then later on, we can plot the graph easily. Okay, moving on to the next step. So this is for the first constraint. So 2000x plus 1000y less than equals to 12,000. Okay. So you simplify this, you divide the whole equation by 1000. So you get 2x plus y less than equals to 12. So this will be your first constraint, guys. Okay, moving on to the next step. Okay, for the next constraint, they mention that number of general workers can exceed the number of supervisors by 3 or more. Okay, I want you to read the question carefully, guys. Okay, which axis represent the number of general workers? Y axis. Okay, they mentioned that y can exceed x by 3 or more. Okay, from here we can denote that our mathematical form constraint will be y will be more than equals to x plus 3. So this will be your second constraint, guys. Okay, moving on to the last constraint. Okay, for the last constraint they mentioned that your number of supervisor must be at least 10% from the number of general workers. So from here we immediately write that x more than equals to 0.1 y. Why 0.1? 0.1 represent the 10%, guys. So 10 percentage, of course we cannot write directly in the mathematical form. So how to write in terms of mathematical form? 10 you divide with 100 and then you times with y. So from here you get 0.1 y. But then when you want to plot your graph, you must express y in terms of x. So when you want to express y in terms of x, so you get y less than equals to 10x. So you flip this inequality. So from here you get 0.1y less than equals to x. So if you want to express in terms of y, so you divide with 0.1. So that's how you get y less than equals to 10x. Okay, we have already get all the three constraints, guys. So this is our step 1. So once you've already identified the step 1, so the next step, okay, you should know by right now. So what you do, you plot the graph and shade the region R. Okay, so this is your second step. Okay, I'm going to show you the finished linear programming graph. So please hold on for a moment, guys. Okay, as you can see here, this is the linear programming of public bookshop. Okay, so this is the complete graph. So 2 centimeter into 1%. So this is your respective scale. Okay. So when you want to plot your graph, you start to plot the straight line first, guys. So from here we start to plot 2x plus y equals to 12. So you find the respective intercept or any 2 points. So from here you plot the graph 2x plus y equals to 12. So once you do this, you proceed to the second graph, which is y equals to x plus 3. So from here, same as well, you choose any 2 points. Okay, in this case, I use the intercept 3 and then the second point, which is 1 and 4. Okay, I use these 2 points and then I plot the graph of y equals to x plus 3. So this is the second graph. Okay, and then for the last graph is y is equals to 10x. Okay, if you can't see clearly, this is your y equals to 10x graph, guys. It is over here. So your graph is actually start from origin. Okay, this is your first point, and your second point start at here. When your x is equals to 1, your y is equals to 10. So you choose these 2 points and then you plot the graph. So that's how you get your third graph here, guys, which is y equals to 10x. Okay, once you've already plot all the 3 graphs, so what you do, you must identify the constraint. Okay, like I've mentioned in the previous tutorial videos, okay, to identify the constraint, you read the inequalities, guys. Okay, let us start from here, the first one. So 2x plus y, they mentioned in the question should be less than equals to 12. So which region should be less than equals to 12? So you mark the respective region. Okay, all the possible region, make sure you don't forget to label them all, guys. Okay, and then moving on to the second graph, y equals to x plus 3. So since y should be more than equals to x plus 3, so it will be marked at the above the graph over here, guys. So don't forget to mark at every possible region. Okay, so that is for the second one. Okay, and then for the last one will be y equals to 10x is over here. Okay, y equals to 10x. Since y should be less than equals to 10x, so what you do, you label down here, guys. So you should be labeled at down. So you mark at the satisfied region, and then once you've already find the point which has the most enclosed region. Okay, let's say in this case your region R has the most points, which is 1, 2 and 3. Okay, compared to others which you have 1 and 2 and so on. Okay, this point you have 3 over here. So what you can do is you can decide to shade the region R. Okay, actually I put the dotted point for you here is the purpose is for you to identify which region should be shaded. Okay, in this case, you have 3 points over here, so you can shade this enclosed triangle to form a region R. Okay, let me erase this dotted point for you, and I will get back to you shortly. Okay, welcome back. I've just finished erase all the dotted points. Okay, so this is your final shaded region, guys, which is region R, which is the triangle over here, which satisfy the three constraint. Okay, that is for the step 2, guys. Okay, let me turn back to the discussion to proceed to the question part C now. Okay, moving on to the question part C. So from the question, they mentioned that your number of supervisor should be 25% from the number of general workers, should be at 25% from the general workers, guys. This is based from the question. So we need to express y in terms of x. So you flip this inequality and you express y in terms of x. So you should get y more than equals to 4x. Okay. So what you do this, y equals to 4x, you need to plot in the graph, guys. And then you need to see which point intersect, and then we get the maximum point. And then from there, that will be our final answer, guys. Okay, let me show you the graph paper again. Okay, as you can see here, this is your straight line equation, y equals to 4x. Okay, so you can see here, this is your region R. Okay, and you can see here, this is your maximum possible line, guys, which you can possibly reach, which you have the maximum coordinate of 2 and 8. When your x is equals to 2, your y is equals to 8. Okay, if you cannot see clearly, this is your coordinate 2, and this is your x equals to 8. So it intersects exactly at here, guys. Okay, let us continue. So from the graph, we know that our number of staff will be equals to 8. So this will be our answer, guys, for the question C part 1. Okay, from here, let us proceed to the question C part 2. Okay, for the question C part 2, we know that our profit equation is equals to 60x plus 40y. Okay, so from here, how to get the imaginary line, guys? So in this case, we let our p value is equals to 240. So from here, you get your 60x plus 40y is equals to 240. Okay, actually, you can choose any p value, guys, provided that it must be appropriate to your graph that you plotted. It must be appropriate to the scale. Okay, so when x equals to 0, you get your y is equals to 6. And then when you get your y is equals to 0, you get your x equals to 4. So we have already got the respective intercept and the points. So what we can do is we can plot this imaginary line. Okay, let me show you the graph paper now. Okay, so this is the imaginary line. 60x plus 40y is equals to 240, which is the profit equation. So it is intersect at x equals to 4, which is this is the x-intercept, and y equals to 6. So this is your y-intercept. So from here, how are you going to continue, guys? So from here, what you do, you use a straight line ruler, okay, and then you push to the furthest. Okay, make sure, guys, your line of your profit line must be exactly parallel. Okay, it must be parallel. Okay, as you can see here, your point is exactly intersect at here. So this is your possible maximum point which you can get. So from here, you get your maximum point is x equals to 3 and then y equals to 6. But then you cannot just write this as your final answer. You need to find this in terms of maximum profit. So how to find in terms of maximum profit? Okay, let me show you the calculation now. Okay, to find your P max, which stands for maximum profit, is equals to 60 times with 3, and then you plus with 40 times with 6. So from here, you get your answer is 420 ringgit. So 420 ringgit is your maximum profit, guys. Okay, what does this means? Okay, when your number of supervisor is 3 and your number of general workers is 6, so from here you can gain the maximum overtime allowance of 420. So this is your final answer. So but then I write in terms of P max over here. Okay, this is not a big problem, guys. Okay, let me put back the question paper for your reference. So please hold on for a moment. Okay, that is all for the step-by-step working and solution for this question. I hope you understand the full working that I've shown to you. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon for more upcoming mathematics tutorial videos in the future. Alright guys, thank you everyone for your support, and I'll see you in the next video.